I don't really want to fight these guys. I guess we have to. I feel like I came in the middle of someone else's event. I don't remember having to, like, fight these guys straight out. So that's a little bit weird. But let's get through it and see what happens. Lucas, Ryan, good afternoon, guys. Thanks for being here. Jason, good afternoon, man. Okay, so we actually get to do the escort quest this time. I think the last time we were here on the Paladin, he was not available because somebody else was doing it. But yeah, there's not really a lot of people here right now, so... Music seems a little quiet today. Let me know about the music sounds, guys. And about my volume. Everything's been a little bit weird with my audio settings recently. It looks okay. Dakota, good afternoon. Joa, hello. Thanks for being here. Operation High Jump, I am doing okay. Thank you for asking. Is the music a little low, Mike? Boost it. Boost it a little bit like that. Johnny Hoover, good afternoon, man. I appreciate you being here. Not a problem, man. I've been messing around with a lot of my audio settings, and I've been messing around with my microphone settings a little bit too. All in an attempt so that I can hear the Baldur's Gate sound. So like when I play Baldur's Gate, like it's really quiet on my end, but on the recordings, when they're published on YouTube, it sounds fine. But on my end, in my headphones, it always sounds super quiet. So I changed like my audio, like I changed what I hear a little bit, like tipped the balance a little bit towards the game and less towards my own audio. It's weird. It makes everything kind of weird when I have to change my audio settings every time I play a different game. Oh, hi guys. Hello. I am happy we are a higher level. This guy just walked away. This guy's walking away. He's like, oh, hey, thanks for the escort. I'm out. Sorry. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's lost. Let's do this. Yeah, I wasn't quite ready for that. Chris, good evening, man. Yeah, the BG3 has been tough to deal with. It is like the in-game is a little quiet. The recordings sound better than like how it sounds for me. Like when I listen to it, it's like super quiet. And I don't know if it's just the headphones that I'm using. I've never had any other problems with any other games, but I've been trying to deal with it. Mendy, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Jason, what's happening? That was the end of the escort quest for Sean, and we got jumped by some Dark Irons, I guess, at the end of it. I don't know that I've ever completed that one before. If I have, it wasn't recently. Let's get rid of some junk. Steven, any dungeons today? I don't think today. I think the next one is Stockades. Don't we want to be like 23 or 24 for Stockades? I feel like we have a couple levels to go before I want to do Stockades. We have the carved idols here. We might as well go do some of this. I'd like to kind of get to a point where maybe we're going to be finished in Loch Modan. We have level 18 and 20 stuff in Red Ridge. That's still a little high for our level. These guys over here are only level 18. This could be what we do right now. Yeah, I think Stockades will either be tomorrow or the day after, depending on how much we play. Will I level professions today? I don't know. Maybe. I think yesterday we did tailoring at like a random point in the episode, so yeah, maybe. I didn't feel like starting with it today. I just wanted to get in and do some questing. Lael, good afternoon, man. Thanks for being here. Karen, good evening. Everything is good here. Gauntlets of the Bear. Dustin, good afternoon, man. Sven, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Buffalo Bill, good morning. Thanks for being here. Private Jet, good evening to you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you stopping by. Lots of green so far today. None of it stuff that we would need for our class. Yeah, Mendy, we did Dead Mines the day before yesterday. Yep, Alex tanked it for us. We had Chase there on his mage, and it was a full run. It was a successful run. We got the staff from the quest, but besides a couple of other greens, like, we didn't get anything from the bosses. But we did get the staff of Westfall, which was basically the reason we wanted to do it anyway, so it worked out really well. It's a really awesome run. Justin, when was the last time I leveled a rogue? Not too long ago. Like, leveled or got killed in hardcore? We got a Night Elf rogue killed in hardcore at like level 11, doing the rogue quest out of the Teldrassil branch. I didn't realize all you had to do was pickpocket the guy, so I got jumped by all of his ads and killed. Leveled, we did a human rogue, in like the second Joyous Journeys buff that came out, like the second time they did Joyous Journeys, we did a human rogue in Wrath of the Lich King. She's at like level 64. That probably would have been the last time that we like seriously leveled a rogue. Yeah, the one hardcore rogue did not get very far. And to be fair, it was just like a complete lack of familiarity with the quest. And I wasn't streaming at the time, so it was a recorded series, and you guys weren't there to say, "Hey, Robert, don't try to fight the guys, and make sure you stay in stealth, and make sure you pickpocket." Since you guys weren't there, I got it killed really, really quick. Third Coast Mermaid, you're not late. We just started. Yep, we started a little bit ago. It's still relatively early. One-handed weapons are a lot more common than two-handers as quest rewards. I believe that. But then, like, the other thing to keep in mind with like dual wield classes, like the rogue, the shaman, and the fury warriors, that like, yeah, like you might get more one-handers, but it's because you need two of them. You need two good weapons to drop. Like, when you're wielding a two-hander, it's like, yeah, there's less of them maybe, but you only need one. And when you're dual wielding, I feel like you're counting on getting like two good weapons. Every 5 to 10 levels gets a little tough. I always start earlier than I schedule. Not true. Yesterday I started right on time. So most of the time you're absolutely right. And I've explained this before. The time that I put for the stream is just a placeholder for me. It's probably never going to be an exact thing. And yeah. And so that's why typically I start off doing a little bit of fishing or cooking. Today I just wanted to get right into things. You know, for the last couple of years I've been choosing not to work like a 9-to-5 job and not be on someone else's clock, not be on somebody else's schedule. So when I determine like hard and fast schedules for myself, I kind of start to resent the schedule. And so that's why, like, for me it's better that it's kind of a placeholder. I will play within a half hour of the time I set, usually before. But a lot of times I will try to do professions so people, you know, have time to get on. The last couple days I've been like go, so yeah. Like, the worst thing for me is, like, to set my own schedule and then to feel myself rushing, like, through other things to meet my own self-imposed schedule. So, yeah, I do just think of it as a loose placeholder. It's a scheduled stream that says, hey guys, today, at some point around this time, I will stream. It's like, the commitment is for the day, not for the exact time spot. John, you didn't miss it. I didn't do any today. No, I just kind of jumped right in today. Yeah, yesterday and today I've just kind of been like in a mood to get right at the questing. It won't always be that way. I'll probably go back to doing the professions in the beginning. But we'll see. Mark, I am having a good Tuesday. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Alright, that's 8 out of 8. Do we want to go this way? Yeah, it looks like we have another player fighting over here. Kind of clears the way. Marlena, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. We don't need the wand. I don't know when we'll get a wand upgrade, but it probably won't be for a while. Alright, so the last thing we have here is in defense of the King's Lands. We could try to go do this. It's 3 named guys. One of them is level 17. 2 of them are level 16. And yeah, I'm not sure if we can do it, but we can try. Dan, good afternoon, man. Good evening to you. Justin, the PTR has the retail options page, like in Classic Era. Like this, the new options page. Wrath of the Lich King has had it for a little while. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that they're like working it backwards. It's kind of weird to me. I don't like the new options page. Because, you know, you memorize where everything is over the course of 20 years, and then now you don't know where it is. The cool thing is they have the little search feature. You can search what you want. But I feel like there are options in Classic Era that don't exist in retail. For instance, display, like show cloak and helm. There is no show cloak and helm in retail, because that relies on transmog in retail. So I wonder, and I haven't looked in Wrath to see how it's covered there, but yeah, I wonder how that kind of stuff is covered. Yeah, and I feel like retail is missing some options that Classic has. Today I was playing retail on my Warlock, and I wanted to show the health bars of enemies I was in combat with, but I didn't want to show the health bars of enemies that I was not in combat with. And there's not an option to do that anymore in retail. It's all or nothing. You either get every single health bar above the heads of the enemies, or you get none. And in Classic, I'm pretty sure you can tell it to only show you the floating health bars when you're in combat, if you want to do it that way. So, yeah. I'm interested in to see it, but I'm also kind of worried that like the new options page eliminates some actual options that we have in the Classic interface. And I just hate having to navigate it because I'm not as familiar with it. Yeah, like, I don't want it to mess with things like my combat text settings. Like, I don't want it to mess with any of my stuff, basically. But I feel like it's going to have to, by the nature of a lot of the options being different. Level 14 just resist our first spell. Oh, this is going well. Red Robin, good morning. Thanks for being here. Of course, there's no one fighting in the cave today to help clear it out. Don't think there are very many people on. Oh, good. 3 people. That's amazing. And since we're not getting any kill XP from these guys, we are also not regenerating any of our mana with Spirit Tap. So we're burning through more mana fighting low-level guys than we would fighting high-level guys, just because we're not getting Spirit Tap. It's kind of sad. Yeah, we went 5 points into the improved Wands Talent MC. Alright, we have to drink up here. Yeah, Nicholas, it's not smart for me to do that. We wouldn't be if not for the fact that all the stuff we've been fighting has not been giving us experience. These guys are going to be better. Now that we're fighting green enemies, we'll proc Spirit Tap after each fight. Oh, what's that? Gloves of the Owl. I don't think... Well, you know, it's 1 less spirit but 2 intellect. Some people will say that intellect is useless. I don't really agree with that. So... There's an option to show only your target's nameplate. That's good. Justin, there seems to be that option in retail too, but it doesn't work. Like, there's a button that says turn on nameplates, and then there's another one that says always show. So you would think that turning on nameplates in retail would turn them on when you're in combat, and clicking the button that says always show would show all of them in the world. But in retail, what happens instead is you click the one that says just to show the health bars, and they all show, even if you don't have the always show button selected. So I don't know if it's just something in retail that's not working properly, but it was really annoying today. When I realized that, like, the beauty of the zone I was in was being obscured by, like, all the nameplates floating everywhere all around me off in the distance, and I had no way in retail to turn them off except to turn them all off, even in combat. So I'm hoping it doesn't create a situation like that, where it seems to be an option, but it's not really. Also, like, in retail, the distance that you have to get to show the nameplates is much closer. You have to be much closer to the enemies. Whereas in retail, it'll show them all the way off into the distance, which creates a lot of visual clutter that is unpleasant to look at, in my opinion. Yeah, that's the thing. Always show was unchecked, and I toggled it several times. Yeah, like every time, in retail, as soon as I click just the one option to show health bars at all, it turns them all on. And even toggling on and off the always show doesn't do anything, so. Alright, let's see. Let's focus up here for a second. We're gonna need all of our mana. Gonna need all of our buffs. We'll do a little, we can't do intellect, we got intellect. Alright, so I'll probably just burn one of them really quick. Let's clear down here so that I can fear. Yeah, I'm gonna want to be able to fear without any real consequence. And if we clear this guy, we should be good to do that. We'll start at max range, which we also hardly ever do. Despite all the knockdowns, we're gonna be fine. Yeah, if I continue to have issues with the retail nameplates, one day I'll log in on retail really quick and I'll show you guys what I mean. Yeah, there are two options in retail. One of them says show enemy nameplates. The other one says always show nameplates. What I'm saying is that right now, even when you have always show nameplates not checked, it always shows the nameplates. That's all. That's what's happening. There are two options. One of them to turn them on at all. One of them to show them always. Right now, when you turn them on at all, it always shows them. Regardless of the second option. That's it. And again, this is retail I'm talking about. Not classic. should we go up to the dam and do the stuff up there too? I think there's at least 1 or 2 quests we can do. Like there's a level 18 quest, and then I think it chains at least 1 time. Maybe we can go do that. I'm not in like a big hurry to go into Redridge now that we got the lower level stuff done. I just have to turn in the price of shoes in Goldshire. Yeah, I'm not in a big hurry to start here. I think I want to finish everything in Lochmodan so that we really don't have to come back. Yeah, here. I'll show you guys. Let's go ahead and we'll have a look at what I'm talking about. Because yeah, maybe it's something really simple on my end. The music here is probably way loud. Alright, so let's go off and look into the distance here, and we'll look at a bunch of the enemies in the distance. Okay, see how I can like start seeing their health bars? Okay, so I got everybody's health bars, okay? Here's the problem. I think this looks ugly AF. I don't want to see their health bars, okay? I could turn them all off, not a big deal. When they're off and I go into combat, I still don't get a health bar, you know? I'd like to have the health bar when I'm engaged with an enemy. But not when I'm not engaged with an enemy. So, okay. Let's kill this guy, and we'll take a look at our options. Alright, so right now, health bars are turned on. But look, it says turned on in combat. You guys saw that. Turned on combat. But that's not what's happening. As you can see, I'm not in combat. With any of this stuff in the distance, okay? So let's have a look at the options, shall we? Interface. Names. NPC names. We're looking for health bars. Health bars. Who knows where this is at? Combat. I found it by typing earlier, but I'd love to know where it's actually at. Yeah, the only way I was able to find it, and now it's not even showing up here. This is I hate the new menus. They should never have touched them. There was not a problem with them. They worked fine. And now they're all effed. Yeah, now I can't even find it. Oh, the stream says hardcore, now I see retail. Oh no, something happened in the last 5 seconds. I'm sorry if you're tuning in the last 5 seconds. But yeah, I'm asking a couple of the guys something and seeing if they can help me out with what so yeah, I'm sorry for the next 5 or 6 seconds. It's going to be wrong. But I think you'll live. Any ideas, guys? I found it earlier, and then now I can't find it. It's not here. It's cool now that we just can't find it at all. That's the cool part. It's a small indie company, please understand. Yeah, they're a multi-dollar company. Controls. Interface. It's not here. Action bars, combat. You'd think it would have to be in combat somewhere. Now it's just gone. Anyway, so that's my problem. My problem is there should be a setting to only have the health bars on in combat, right? And it says that they're only on in combat, but as you can see, it's lying to us. So that was my point. So you guys had little solutions that you thought were like easy solutions, but what I'm showing you is that that's not the case. That's all. all I'm doing is proving my point, because I know there's not a fix. Yeah, I know there's not a fix because I played with it myself earlier. And so that's all I wanted to demonstrate, is that there isn't a way to make it in combat only. That's all. And I challenge you to tell me where to go and what to click to make it combat only, because you can't do it. So there's the challenge. And that's why we're in retail right now and not classic, even though the stream title says classic, but for the past 45 seconds we've been in retail. So that's it. I'm moving on now, because you could see that it was already set to be combat only. That's why it said health bars, parentheses, combat, end parentheses, because it already thinks it's set to that. That was the point. That's the only point. Is that the settings options in retail are kind of effed, because not all of them work. And I hope they don't bring those setting options into vanilla and have things also not work in vanilla. That would be incredibly annoying. That's all. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, you know. and what happens is, like, the game looks really cluttered and like visually busy when you can see every single health bar of every single enemy, and the mob density in retail is outrageous. And so it's like an affront to the scenery to have like billions of health bars floating in front of it to me. I hate looking at it. But right now my options are turn them off entirely, so that even when I'm in combat I don't get to see one, or have them on all the time. Those are my current options in retail. So, yeah. Oh, let's turn our in-game volume back up, now that we can not have our eardrums blown out by the Dragonflight music. Yeah, it's a very simple thing, and like, yeah, at least the interface text shouldn't lie to me. Like, if it says health bars combat only, that it shouldn't lie to me. It's like the interface is flat out lying, which makes no sense at all. And I really dislike it. It's kind of that thing, like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. No one complained about how the old interface options were. And I get that they overhauled the UI, but they didn't have to completely change the interface options, the options that people had gotten used to finding over the past 20 years as stuff has been added to the game. Just leave it alone. Don't mess with it. Or, like, give it a visual overhaul, but put stuff in the same exact spot. Don't move anything around. Yeah, there's, oh yeah, Marlena, if I wanted to do a UI add-on, I'm sure I can get some kind of add-on, and I could have like precise control over when the health bars showed up and when I could probably set like a range around my character to where I wanted the health bars to show up if I was using an add-on. Yeah, definitely. And I don't like using add-ons because a lot of times the add-ons don't mesh, like the way the things look don't mesh with the rest of the game. Personal resource display, that's not going to affect the enemy health bars. No, that's about your character's HP and character resources showing beneath you. Which I have turned off because I don't need my character's health and resources here and 2 feet over right here. Like, the personal health and resource display is from a time when, like, the default UI had your nameplate up in the top left and the target's nameplate up in the top left. Now that your nameplate is by default right where I have it in Classic, you don't need your personal resources and health here and over here. It's like super redundant now, so I turned that off immediately. Yeah, hey Johnny, if you can find it, man, if you can find a way in your settings so that you can stare off into the distance and you don't see nameplates, but when you get into combat, you see the health bars floating, I'd love to know. Because right now, it's like the one thing, like, that I'm not digging about Dragonflight is that, like, the areas are beautiful, but they're covered with mobs. So when you try to appreciate the scenery, all you see are floating red bars, which is annoying to me, obviously. Yeah, Daniel, so when I have that unchecked, and it still shows them, and I wish I could find it again to show you. I wish I could have found that just now to show you that that's the case, because yes, earlier there was an option that I was able to find. It was not checked, and it said always show nameplates. As I said, there are two options. One of them says show nameplates. The other one says always show nameplates. No matter what combination of clicking or unclicking I do, my game always shows the nameplates. So, yeah. It's just stupid retail stuff. Ultimately, it doesn't matter too much. But my point was that there isn't just like an easy solution for it, because it's not working as intended. If it was working as intended, it already said that I had nameplates on only in combat. It said that when I turned my nameplates on and off. So if it was working as intended, it would already be doing the thing that I want, because it already thinks that it is. Does that make sense? It already thinks it's doing what I want. It already thinks it has the health bars on only in combat. It said so in yellow text. But it's not actually doing that, because the setting is not working as it should. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it probably is. But at the same time, that's pretty stupid. It's pretty stupid that I can click show nameplate, show health bars. I can uncheck always show, and yet for some reason it continues to always show. Whatever it is, it's stupid. And I hate it. And I never liked it. I never liked it. We could go look at it some more, but then somebody would be like, oh, the stream title says classic and we're in retail, what's going on? As if they haven't been sitting there listening to the conversation up to that point. So I don't want to jump over again to confuse anybody, you know? Dakota, I did this, man. Okay, you guys are going to keep doing this to me. You guys are going to keep suggesting things I've already done, regardless of the fact that I've explained that I've already done it. So we're going to have to figure it out together. Because I want to move on now. And it's like we're not going to be able to move on until we're done with this. Because yeah, you guys are literally telling me to do things that I've done. Like I don't know if it's like low-key trolling or if you're just not listening to me. But let's go back in. You can't. Well maybe you could. I don't think you can. No, I don't think you can open both at the same time. All right, so here we go. Nameplates are off. Let's start here. Nameplates are off right now, even in combat, okay? Everybody's seeing this, we're all on the same page. I'll let it sink in for a minute. We'll kill this guy. Okay? We got another guy over here to deal with. So we got him too. Okay, I'm gonna hit V. Nameplates turned on, combat. Okay, we all saw that too, right? Let's see it again. Nameplates turned on, combat, right? Combat. Alright, so we're good so far, right? Everybody's with me? Yeah, they're trying to troubleshoot me, but they keep telling me things that I've already said that I've done. So we're looking at it together again. Okay, so let's go into our options, okay? So where do you guys want me to click? To do the things you're telling me I can do to easily fix this problem, which I'd love to. I'd love to easily fix this problem. And since you all seem to know how to easily fix it, I ask you, where do I click now? Where do I click now? And I'll sit here and wait until you tell me. None of you guys know, like, search for nameplates? I don't know where it is. Why would I know? But you guys know because you did this already, right? Okay, look, there's the word nameplate. Always show nameplates. It isn't checked. It's not checked. Here. All right. Let's see if just looking at that fixed it. Because you can see that it wasn't checked. It was never checked, right? You guys saw that. It's never been checked. It's never been checked. So let's uncheck everything. Okay, all this is unchecked now. Let's see if this fixes it. Okay. We might have fixed it. It might be fixed. You guys might have fixed it. Just by looking at the options, you guys might have fixed it. We got it. We're troubleshooting interface issues in retail. Because my game said that it was already doing something that it wasn't already doing. And I just wanted everybody to see that. And then all we had to do was look at the options and not change anything at all, and then it fixed it. So there you go. Look at that. Now we can move on. Now the stream can proceed. You guys, we didn't do anything. We didn't change anything. We looked at the page. We found it by searching nameplates. We couldn't even figure out what we had to click on to see it. We had to actually search nameplates. So we didn't figure anything out. It just started to work like it was intended. But you guys saw when it didn't work as intended, and then you saw when it magically started working. At least it's fixed. Yeah, what'll happen though is like the next time I go to log into retail, it won't be fixed. The next time I go to record, it won't be fixed. That's the problem. But yeah, I'm glad we fixed it now. I scowled at it. Yeah, I think that's what happened. So we were just scowling at it. What's going on down here? A dark threat looms. Spotted some dark iron sappers milling about the ramp. Investigate the area and bring back a clue. Okay. You guys didn't do anything. Johnny, you guys did nothing. No one could even tell me what to click on to see the option. We have to give Blizzard credit for this one. Yeah, Blizzard fixed it. Blizzard fixed it. Yeah. They heard me bitching about it, and then they went in and they did a hot fix really fast. Glad you could help fix the non-problem. The problem that I demonstrated was a big problem. I'm glad that it fixed itself and that you guys were here for it. Yep. Alright, now what? Sound still low? Yep, here we go. Boom, fixed. That's an easy fix. He wants us to go through the Elgas gate. I don't think we're doing that stuff yet. I don't think we're going through the Elgas gate. Nope. So what are we going to do instead of that? I'm done here. Like, I don't plan to... There's nothing else that we're going to do in Loch Modan. So, I guess we could go to Red Ridge. It seems kind of early for that, but... Unless I'm missing something. Speak with Pilot Stonegear. Oh, okay. Yeah. Pilot Stonegear. He's over in Dunmorrow then. That's level 23 though. I don't need to do that now either. We can hold off on that. Mitsuya, good afternoon. Thanks for stopping by. We'll have a little bit of a flight. Yeah, I guess it's not. I mean, but the thing is, we have one green quest to do. I don't like going into a place and only having one green quest to do. To be fair, we did a couple of other green quests. This is the Bloodsail Buccaneers server, which is where people used to do the hardcore challenge before Blizzard killed hardcore on these servers by announcing their own servers to be coming out in the future. It's where people used to do the hardcore challenge. Alex, you were able to do a Wailing Caverns run. You got the shield from the one that drops from like the turtle guy. That's awesome, man. Yeah, we gotta plan out a Stockades run at some point. Around level 23 to 25. Yep, we gotta plan out a Stockades run. Stockades, and then like shortly after that, Shadowfang Keep. We did a couple of the blue quests, or blue, thinking about items. Did a couple of the green quests in Redridge yesterday, so we got a few of them taken care of. We did the one where you run around collecting all the alcohol. And there might have been, oh, the one where we go talk to all the leaders and they say, yeah, no, we can't help. We can't help. We did that one. Stockades is after SFK? What level can I equip the Robes of Aragorn? I tried to install Atlas loot, but I installed Atlas, but not Atlas loot, and I don't know why. I'm not really sure, like, what happened. Yeah. Like, I have Atlas, which I don't need. Like, I need Atlas loot. Yeah, whatever level we can equip the Robes of Aragorn, that's the level that we will do SFK. That's kind of how I think about it. If I can equip gear from the last boss, then we can do it. That's right, there are a couple of quests that chain in the Stockades quest. Yeah, the thing about SFK is on the Alliance side, we don't have any quests. Correct me if I'm wrong. We don't get any quests to go into Shadowfang Keep, do we? Don't those all come from like Undercity or Sepulchre? 24 is the level. Okay. And then what, like 25 or 26 for Stockade? Yeah, there is the list of dungeons that tells you the highest level, lowest level, but I try to look at like what level is the gear off the last boss. And then like ideally I want to be that level. I definitely don't want to be below that level because then, you know, if I get gear I can't equip it. Let's see, we don't want to do that one, we don't want to do that one. So what are we going to do? I guess we're working on this. Maybe we can come over this way and work on it, or we can come down to the south. Let's go south, that way we can work on some of the gnolls down there at the same time. At least I thought we had a gnoll quest. I'm not seeing a gnoll quest. Aha, assessing the threat. It's just not being tracked, no big deal. Stockades are 25. Alright, so I guess we do SFK first. For some reason I thought we could do Stockades a little bit lower than that. Yes, we did the necklace, we did the toolbox, we did the alcohol quest, we did running around to the actual city leaders and they're like, no, we can't help you. Yeah, we did all that stuff. The only other random thing I have is, I have to go to Goldshire for the price of shoes. Which I'm pretty sure chains into a quest to fight the dragon whelp things, so possibly we should already have done this. Possibly we should already have done this, unfortunately. So I'm gonna get it done now. Yeah, too bad there's no Goldshire flight point or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure that if we do this one, then we get a quest to fight the little dragon whelplings. And we're gonna be encountering them anyway. I'd rather have the quest. Yeah, 22 to 30. I feel like if you were level 30, you'd be too high of a level, but... Do I want to heal Wailing Caverns? Full group, says a random person. Sure. How would I get to Wailing Caverns? Before I respond to this person, realizing that they can't summon me, if I wanted to heal Wailing Caverns, how would I get there? What would I do? I have to get to Booty Bay somehow. I wouldn't mind doing Wailing Caverns. Swim to Booty Bay. From where? Hey. Yep, I'm just fine. I'm on a flight point.
On your bald eagle?
My bald eagle? It's a griffin, man.
Oh, well,
see,
it
it's
like
it's part lion. It's part lion.
Yeah, I think it's... Hey, Jack. Me, a zebra. By the way, not sponsored. I have been waiting to say that.
You're crazy.
I'm gonna clean that up.
Are you about to eat that on my stream? I don't even eat on my stream. Let's see. What am I looking at here? Ashenvale or Barrens. It's super risky to travel through Stranglethorn. Swim from Westfall to Booty Bay. Ah! Yeah, okay. Okay. So Westfall to Booty Bay maybe? These guys say it's dangerous. What am I looking out for in the way of dangerous? It takes 15 minutes. Jesus, that sounds like a long time. All right. Well, I'll make the flight over and we'll see. So I'm gonna make the swim, and I'm gonna be on the lookout for murlocs, I guess. Maybe elite sharks. Don't you wish we could at least have summon stones? Summon stones would be cool. We have a warlock. I guess there's no chance he can summon at this level. It's not dangerous at all if you're at the edge of fatigue. Okay, so like go all the way out to right before you'd get fatigued. Don't be by the coast is what you're saying. And then I have to swim probably all the way to the tip of Booty Bay to get onto the docks. Yeah, I have the Darkshire flight point, but I can't run through Stranglethorn. If I try to run through Stranglethorn at this level to get down to Booty Bay, I'm gonna for sure get killed. Like there are level 40 gorillas and stuff that are gonna aggro us. Like, yeah, I think Alex, technically I can't have you help me. I appreciate it though. Technically, according to the hardcore challenge, I can't communicate with help for help. Are you stealing my water now? Do you need water? Yeah, because you're eating. Eating on my stream.
Yeah. I literally just learned what a murloc is yesterday.
Don't choke on my stream. That'd make me a bad dad. This sounds like a sketchy idea. It's all for entertainment. It's also that we can do Wailing Caverns. Yeah, it's for entertainment. I should also run through this pack of gnolls on the way, obviously.
Is it
so I'm just
flying things?
So I'm just trying to get to the coast here, I guess, and then we're gonna swim down.
Is that what you mean?
That's a gnoll. Yep, right there. Not the flying things, the walking dog-like things.
I thought it was a flying thing.
You shouldn't talk with your mouth full. It's rude. You're being rude in front of 117 people.
Like, seriously? How many? Wait, 117?
Yep.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, they're all watching you talk with your mouth full, which I'm sure they appreciate. Go to where the fishing vendor is.
You should really get sea bars, but still not spots. That would be actually kind of cool. And back with... Actually, I'll be back to show and tell one of my stuffies.
I'd rather you just say goodbye for the morning and talk to me later. That'd be cool. Oh, you're gone already, and you left my office door open. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, he'll be back to shove one of his stuffies in front of the camera right when I'm doing like a pull in a hardcore dungeon. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey Tim, good evening, man. Thanks for being here. We're about to make the swim down to Booty Bay so we can maybe do Wailing Caverns. Alright, show your guy.
Yeah, he's my favorite squishmallow.
And then you're gonna have to let me focus after that.
I forgot his name, but I wanted to call him Munchie now.
Munchie.
Because his little card on him that he had said he likes munching on leaves while playing hide and seek. And most of the time you can't find him because he has really good hiding stuff. I'll just sit here and watch.
I'd rather you didn't. I'd rather you go do something so I can focus, please. All right, say bye to chat and go find something to do, buddy.
Bye, chat. And as always, Munchie's gonna say bye.
I'll see you in a little bit, okay?
Yeah,
Yep. Let me know if you absolutely need anything, though.
Okay.
Is Mage bad in hardcore? No, Mage is really good. If you can get a Mage to level 20 and you get like all of their utility stuff, they can be really good. Alright, so I'll head out kind of to the fatigue line, but I kind of want to be making progress too. And let's see. Yeah, I don't think one person is there, so... Yeah, Frost is amazing. You get like you have so many tools to like get out of things. Frost Nova, Blink, Mana Shield. Just don't get overconfident like I've done on mages and get them killed. Maybe I should update the title of the stream a bit while I do this. Seems safe. That seems fine. There we go. Wailing Caverns today. Yeah, I need my character to swim this well in Valheim. If my character can swim like this in Valheim, then I won't have to worry about the boat. And learning how to, like, sail a ship. That would be ideal. I don't see anything, like, super dangerous, like, anywhere nearby. Charlie, if you're gonna start playing hardcore, man, don't. Don't start right now. Listen. On August 24th, Blizzard is opening up a new Fresh Start hardcore server that's going to have hardcore rules baked into it. Right now, people have been playing on Bloodsail Buccaneers in the States and Hydraxian Waterlords in the EU. And right now, we're just using an add-on. And it's kind of like the honor system type of thing. Also, there are some stupid rules that we play with the add-on, like we can't group up with people in the open world, it's solo self-out gear, we can only do dungeons once. If you're thinking about getting into hardcore, don't yet. Don't do it yet. Wait until Blizzard opens their servers on the 24th. Now, if you want to play Classic Era non-hardcore, then now is a great time, and you should definitely do that. And then I would just say do a quick search on like faction balance. But a lot of the Classic Era realms are clustered together. So regardless of what faction you are, if you're playing non-hardcore on a regular Classic Era realm, you'll always have people to play with the way they cluster the realms together. But yeah, so if you want to do it right now, do it on Bloodsail Buccaneers if you're in the States, or Hydraxian Waterlords if you're in the EU, and you do need to have the hardcore add-on. Just go into Curseforge, type hardcore, it'll be the thing that comes up, and you gotta read through all the rules. Because there's arbitrary rules, like you can't use the mailbox, you can't use the auction house, you can't group up with people in the open world, you can only do dungeons one time. There's all kinds of like additional arbitrary rules besides like the one life rule. So yeah. Yeah, Alex is a tank, yep. Yeah, he tanked Deadmines for us the other day, did an amazing job. This is going to be a long, long, long swim no matter how we slice it. Yeah, Charlie, you could. It's just like right now it's not as popular as it used to be. So like a couple months ago, you'd start a character up and it would look like opening night. This might be a better time to practice because you'll have more mob availability, more like item availability for your quest. You won't have to like struggle as much against other players. But yeah, just keep in mind though, like on the 24th of August, probably everybody, you're gonna see everybody like leave the current servers and go on the new servers that Blizz opens up. So as long as you know about that and you're ready for that to happen, then yeah, getting in some practice would not be a bad idea. Yeah, David, it was a really good run. Yeah, only 17. Yeah, a couple months ago that'd have been more than 50. At any time of day, it would have been more than 50. A couple months ago, before Blizzard announced their servers. Adam the Paladin got retired. He never died. He was well and truly stuck at level 47. I determined that melee characters should not be played in solo self-found because you'll never find weapons. And I sent him over to the Man Crit cluster where he can retire peaceably in Booty Bay. Yeah, Alex said we'd be safer if we were like pretty close to the fatigued areas, so I am trying to stay way out here. I don't really know if I'm out here enough, but he sends us postcards from Booty Bay, yes. Yep, he's been working on some professions, but not really, because he never had them. But in the story we have for him, he's a blacksmith now. He's a blacksmith, he enjoys fishing. Yeah, all the things he never did while leveling up, you know. It's a safe swim, just long. Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like it's going to be fine, but it's going to take a long time. I don't think I've ever done Wailing Caverns on the Alliance side of things. So I'm hoping this works out. I can't keep my map open because if I do that, it's gonna take too long and I'm gonna cry. I can't keep it open because I can't look at it. I can't look at how slow we're moving. It's like very, very tedious to me. Yeah, like right here is the fatigue line. I'm not as close to it as I could be. Like, do you really think I should be like right on it? But Justin, we cleared all the bosses and everything in Deadmines, and we got all the quests done too. Yeah, we did everything that we could do. We are, Jason, we're swimming to Booty Bay because we're gonna do a Wailing Caverns run with this group that messaged me. Yep, I'm not gonna pass up the opportunity because like all I did on the Paladin was complain about how we never did dungeons, how we lost all the experience from doing dungeons, etc. So yeah, we're gonna try Wailing Caverns. Just pretend it's relaxing. That's what I try to do when I fish, and that still gets tedious. Steer away from the Vile Reef when we're closer. Okay. I don't think we're gonna make that boat. It's nice that we can see it from here, though. We talked about them adding, like, the new menus from retail. What I want to see them do in Vanilla Era, I want to see them increase the view distance. I want them to increase the view distance so I can actually see this stuff, because my computer is capable of it, and it wasn't capable of it back in 2004. So yeah, I'd love to see that little technological change come from retail back into Classic. Is just, I want to be able to see further out. Don't forget the flight point in Booty Bay. Yeah, that's a good point. We should definitely go. I'll probably forget it by the time I get down there. Are there quests for Wailing Caverns for Alliance? Yes, I think there must be at least a couple. I think there must be at least a couple of quests we can pick up from goblins for the Wailing Caverns, yeah. And then there's actually a bunch of quests in the eye socket of the cave above the entrance. I don't know if we can get those as Alliance characters, but we'll see. Yeah, if there are quests to do, that'd be great. If we can't do any quests, I don't really care at this point. It'll just be entertaining to do a different piece of content. It would be cool if we can just get on the boat, right? Like, just tag along on the boat somehow. That'd be cool. There's 2 in the cave. Yeah, I'm gonna grab any ones that I can. Oh my god, we're never gonna get there. We gotta get right here, right? How am I avoiding this island and this stuff here? If I have to come this way, I'm feeling like kind of sketch about some of this, because I do need to start turning in towards the land, don't I? There's nothing on the island. Yeah, I'm not gonna go on the island, but I'm kind of worried about stuff swimming around. Are you not scared of killer fish? I'm scared of everything, yeah. That's why I'm kind of being like super cautious here. Like, yes, I am scared of everything. Oh god! Son of a biscuit. Guys. Guys. It's a giant on the island. Oh yeah, just the giant, not a big deal. Yeah. He's just gonna aggro us from 100 yards away, but it's fine. Are we good here? If I swim towards the dock, am I gonna live, or am I not good? I don't feel good. I don't feel good about it, but I think we might have made it. We have to find a way to like come up onto the land somewhere. The docks have a... Yeah, at some point, dude. Not down on this side, they don't. Back here we can get up. Like, right over here. Yeah, over here to the right, yeah. Unfortunately, on the left side here, there's nothing. So, hey, the good news is that we did it. That's a really easy swim. I thought it would be a little bit more dangerous. And, yeah, I could definitely see how people would do it. Awesome. It feels weird being here at level 21, that's true. We're gonna get the flight point, yep. Yep, we will get the flight point and then we will go wait for the boat. The first time you hear you clicked on the Horde flight guy. Yeah, I've almost done that because I was so used to playing Horde that I've like ran right up to him and then I'm like, oh wait. Not the flight guy I'm looking for. Alright, now does anything connect? Oh yeah, hey, we got everything. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Oh, that was quite a fall. Alright, let's go down to the docks before the boat comes. We might want to pick up some more water in Booty Bay. We have 31. It could be enough, but I don't want to risk it. I want to have 60. Yeah, we'll vendor and repair it also. Oh, look at that! Just in time for the boat. This bodes well. It's probably too good to be true. I hope this goes well. Everything has kind of come together so far. My wife brought me a sandwich, so I'm probably gonna go camera dark here for a second, like on the way to the dungeon, and I am gonna eat my sandwich. Yeah, that sounds really good. You can't stop looking at my shirt. It's an awesome sweater. Yeah, it says "Careful, I'm grumpy." Yeah, it says "Careful, I'm grumpy." You can't see the bottom part. I am gonna pin this comment if I can, and I'm gonna mute myself and go camera dark here and eat. I will see you guys on the flip side. Are 4 stacks necessary? Yes. Technically, probably not. But there's this old saying, and it goes, better safe than sorry. And if you're a healer and you run out of water in a run, you're going to be sorry. Because you're going to have to beg everybody else for water. And they might not have a ton either. So yeah, and the thing about it is, if we don't use them in the run, then we'll use them some other time. Weapon dealer. Probably not going to have anything that we would want, obviously. We have some mana pots. I think a few people are already at the dungeon. Wailing Caverns, Ashenvale. Wailing Caverns, and then the guy behind us. So yeah, the farthest away, we have somebody making the run down from Ashenvale. And they got a while to go. Yeah, unless they're flying, which no, they look like they're running. Yeah, even if we had a mage, they can't trade with us. They're not allowed to trade with us, so they couldn't even give us water. It's so sad. The Jester, we're doing well. Thanks for stopping by the stream. We're about to do Wailing Caverns. That's the Horde town. Let's not go right to the crossroads and knock on the door. That would be sad. We do have the Greater Magic Wand. Mm-hmm. And we have the Staff of Westfall. Alex, your priest died running into the guards? Oh no. No. That's not a way to go. Mm-mm. Oh, okay. At least it wasn't you. That's really sad. It's like the time we were about to do Ragefire and then the tank got himself killed somewhere out in the world. It's bad. The Alliance NPCs on the road, Steve? Yeah. After I make that wand, I drop enchanting. You can't use it without being able to use the auction house. It was safe and uneventful? Yeah, that's kind of my worry, is that so far it has been safe and uneventful. So I'm kind of hoping the run goes that same way. But you never know. First challenge is, can I find my way into the eye socket of this cave to get the quest? Because, let's see, I think we can go around the left side of it, and then we have to drop down. So I don't think this is it. Or can we get there from this way? Oh no, maybe not. Let's see. No we can't. There's a wolf up there, that's cool. But we can't get up that way. We have to go around the other way. Don't say Stormwind theme. Yes, I only listen to the WoW OSTs. That's all I listen to. Some way back here, there's a way up and around. And then we kind of have to like drop down in the right spot. God, this isn't it either. The hunter got his pet stuck up here? Yeah. That bodes well. Okay, that's not it. Well, snap. The problem is I can't really see where I'm going. Okay, right here, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, that's scary. Alright. So yeah, we have 3 quests. Deviate Hides, we might finish the port, I don't know. And we'll probably get most of these done. I don't know about this one. I don't think I've ever done this one. Yeah, Red Robin, it is worth it. I have blue tint stuff worked into mine as well. I've had these glasses for a long time now because I got a lot of cool stuff put into the lenses. And I'm reluctant to, like, pay that kind of money again. The port's outside the dungeon. Oh. Yeah. We got horde people here. I don't know if maybe the safest place for me isn't inside the instance. Or if we just kind of wait for other people. Somebody's above us. Drumstick. Drumstick is the hunter. I saw his pet, but I don't think I saw him. What else? The warrior is still just kind of chilling. I'm not really sure. I think this dude went AFK on the boat, to be honest with you. I think he went AFK on the boat, and judging by his position, he's been riding the boat back and forth ever since. And seeing as how that's our tank, I'm not like too happy about what I'm seeing. I thought at one point he was I thought he was behind us, and then he just wasn't moving. Ugh. I hate pugs. I hate pugs. He says he's gonna fish for his last leather till Charismatic gets here. He's been fishing for a while. They're about equidistant. I'd love to see him just start moving. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Please start moving. If it's somebody called a teeny violin, yeah. It's not. But his name's Abercrombie. And we know how Abercrombie's story went. So I still don't know if I should trust him. We could fight some centaur. Outside of the Desolus, we don't get a lot of chances to fight centaur on the Alliance side. So the Warlock is having trouble finding his way from Ashenvale. I don't see how to get through here. Are you sure it's on the west side? If you are facing the Barrens now, go to the left. Yeah, they're trying to get him through into the Barrens safely, because if you'll remember, there's kind of a horde outpost up here. There's kind of a horde outpost. I wonder if I could fish here. I wonder if I could fish here. It's a good idea. Hey, look at that. Patrick, thanks, man. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we have the right skill. We can actually fish here. This guy back here that we see pathing around in the background, I remember trying to find him for a very long time. On, I think it was our druid, and I never found him. And of course, now that I don't need him, I see him just casually circling the lake. Herzul Bloodmark. Yep, never found him. It looks like he got through. Yeah, he looks like he's good now. The warrior still hasn't moved, so yeah, not extremely happy about that. But the warlock's on the way. Is there any loot in here for a priest? I remember there being good pieces for like rogues, druids, hunters. Like a lot of leather pieces. I don't really remember like caster stuff. But I suppose there must be. As long as we don't get like another staff, I don't need another weapon. I'm good on weapons for now. Yeah, we're all about to be here, except for the tank, who has been in Ratchet for a long time. And there's a robe and a staff. Ugh. I wish it was like a robe and something else. I mean, I would like any item. If I get any blue item off of any boss, I'd be happy. I know that there aren't a lot of blue items in the early dungeons until you get to SFK. But yeah, I mean, the kill experience is going to be worth it. If we get the quest done, that's going to be good too. And ultimately, it just kind of like, it's something different to do. Besides doing like the same quest that we've done hundreds of times. I just hope we don't die. That would be ideal. We have a warrior tank, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do as much power word shielding as I would normally do. So that has me a little bit worried. Like when Alex tanked, I just had power word shield running like as often as I could. And I might still have to. It depends on how much damage this guy takes. He's level 23, 21, 22 warlock, 22 rogue. Okay. The tank is on his way now, at least. This rogue just said that he's been hanging out here for almost 8 hours. I just want to get this done. I've been here for almost 8 hours. It's not worth it. Go do anything else. Don't wait to do a dungeon for 8 hours. I hope he's exaggerating. He's a warrior tank, but you think he's gonna go in there with a two-hander? Not in classic hardcore, he's not. Nah. If he goes in there with a two-hander, we're probably gonna have to have a little chat. Yeah, I can't. I think he must be just be exaggerating. You know, he's probably been here for a couple hours. 8 hours would be way too long. You can just go grind enemies, and you're gonna do better for yourself. Deviant fish, I can't do anything with. It says eat me. Ah, vulgar. Vulgar. I'm not gonna eat it. Alex, that's true. At the time, I wasn't sure if I wanted to like make the run or do the swim. But then when I heard that you had done it, and I like as soon as you were talking about how you did it, I got that whisper from these guys. It seemed kind of fortuitous. I wasn't sure because I've never done this on Alliance side. To me, I've always seen it as like a huge pain to like make the swim. But it turned out to not be that bad. Okay, we got dude coming in. We got dude behind us who needs to be dealt with. Deviate scale, that's not the item we need, unfortunately. Can you do battlegrounds in hardcore? No. I don't think so. I mean, you could, I guess, on this server. In official hardcore, they're going to be turned off. So in official hardcore, you're not going to have any ability to. I'm not sure if you could in this. I guess nothing could stop you from queuing up. And why are you yelling about it? Right. More importantly, why yelling? Why are you screaming? Right, exactly. Just don't get griefed? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get griefed. It's a lot of effort to get everybody here to just grief them. Alright, this dude is almost here. Okay, he's here. Let's get the staff back on. Oh, hey there. He's probably gonna have to get the quest from inside the eye. Yeah, I mean, the imp will do a little bit more damage. In hardcore, I'd almost rather see them have the Voidwalker out just for safety. But, yeah. Steven, I'm pretty sure I did, man, but you could be right. Like, I'll check it later. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, but, you know, I've forgotten to train many, many times. I remember talking about how it was a good level, though. I remember talking about how it was, I was like, oh, level 20, that's a good level after we trained. So you could be right, but this is one of the few times that I'm going to say that I think that I am. Usually I would say, like, we're talking about me being forgetful, I would say, yeah, you're definitely right. This time I have a distinct memory of talking about the skills that we trained at level 20. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see if it plays a factor here in the run. Did I buff the pet? I didn't buff the pet, but I will. I will buff that pet. If I can find him. There he is. There we go. Pet is buffed. The taunts can miss. Yeah, I wouldn't want to rely on the Voidwalker pet. I'm just saying it would be nice to have a little bit of like added security in the run. But yeah, you can never bank on it like successfully tanking stuff, I guess. If I did train level 20, it would have been at the end of the episode where we did the dead mines. Yep, because we dinged 20. We went back to Stormwind to turn in everything. And I talked to the priest trainer who was wandering around inside the Cathedral of Light. Not in the VOD, then maybe you are right. There is a chance that you're right, and that my memory's flawed. So I will check. But right now we're just doing what we're doing. I'm sure I missed a new rank of every heal, right? You missed rank 3 of Renew, and rank 2 of Heal, and rank 4 of Lesser Heal. I'm sure that's what it is, right? It's a good thing that the most valuable thing we bring to this team is our wand. So, yeah, it's good. I fell in a hole. I fell in a hole. Already we're falling in holes. I fell in another hole! Apparently I just have to look where I'm going. I can't assume that there won't be holes everywhere. There's gonna be lots of holes. Yeah. No, I mean, it happened twice. It could have been a lot worse. There is a hole somewhere that I don't want to fall into that would make it a lot worse, yeah. That was called the warm-up hole. We had warm-up hole, and now we can't fall in any more holes. We're getting buffed from this guy, or no? He didn't. Oh wait! There we go. There's the buff. Yep. Oh, we must be on free-for-all loot. Oh, good, I love free-for-all loot. That assures that some people will get all of the items and other people will get none of the items. Cool, cool, cool. Maybe they did. I didn't see this one light up for me. Maybe they did change it. But yeah, somebody definitely looted that quest item from right out from under us. So at least for a moment there, free-for-all had to be on. Otherwise they would not have been able to do that. But yeah, I don't see this guy lighting up, so they must have changed it. Yeah, at this rate, we're probably not going to get all the quests done. We'll get the kill quest done. The tank goes to line of sight, the rogue runs in. We could probably stay and kill respawns, but I bet the group wouldn't do that. We've got buddies incoming. You know that I'm already feeling really good that the tank is not waiting for mana. That already makes me feel really good. Yeah. Oh, he's gone. Fun times. One out of 20. Yeah, I don't think we're completing that one. Alright, apparently we're going down here now. Okay, sure, why not? The lock actually dismissed their pet. That is surprising. Julie, done. Done. And have a good day to you. Do I know what class I'll start official hardcore with? I do not. Right now, it's between an orc warrior and an undead priest. Yeah. It's another priest or another warrior. You missed it? Oh, they told me, they said do everybody a favor and stop doing content for ESO, and I said done. And yeah. If the first thing you want to bring into chat is some kind of negativity, and I've never seen you before and I don't know who you are, then you're probably going to be done right away. It's pretty easy. Heavy, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Oh, the Wailing Caverns sounds are way up there. I'm going to lower that a little bit. There we go. We're waiting for someone to use the potty, because sometimes people don't know they should potty before they do a dungeon. They think that they should hold their bladder, and they should wait until we're 5 minutes into the dungeon, and then they should go to the bathroom, because, you know, it's not like we had like 30 minutes of travel time to get here, or anything like that, so that's what we're waiting on right now. You were confused about the ESO? Yeah, I don't do content for ESO anymore, and I've explained why to anybody who actually has cared enough to ask. Yeah. I would have explained why to that person too, had they asked me like, hey, why do you not do content for ESO anymore? I see that you did 4 episodes and stopped. And then we could have had a conversation about the things that I do like and don't like about ESO, and why I probably won't go back to it. But instead, they just said a stupid thing. I don't have time for stupid things in chat. Not while I'm doing a dungeon and I can't pay attention to what else they might say. When I can't pay attention to what else they might say, they just have to go away. So, do a run and have the runs. I hope that's not what happens. Joe, yeah, I'm healing, man. I mean, I thought you'd figure it out by watching, but yes, I'm healing. I know you're smart enough to figure it out. So I didn't answer you before, because I thought you could figure it out. But maybe you're watching on a phone, and maybe you're confused by all the wanding I'm doing, but yeah, I'm healing it, man. 777, you found my channel from the ESO series. You're glad that you did. I'm glad to have you here. And if you were to ask me, like, Robert, why don't you play ESO anymore, I would explain it to you. But, like, it seems like you're happy enough to be here, and I'm happy to have you. Long story short, like, the ESO doesn't have enough, like, defined class fantasy for me because of all the choices you get as a player. You can equip any armor, you can equip any weapons, you can use any abilities, and some players think that's really cool, and I appreciate them, but I like my classes to be a little bit more defined, and I like my combat to have a little bit more weight to it. The story and the writing and stuff was amazing in ESO. I love the voice acting and the stories, they're incredible. But I bounce off the lack of, like, defined classes. Alex says I'm tanking. Yes. It turns out I'm priest tanking. Power word shield tank. I can't cure poison, can I? That's a nasty poison, too. Yeah, like that, yes. Joey, think about how broken WoW would be if you could play any class you wanted and equip any armor type and any weapon type. Imagine how broken the game would be and how broken the game would feel. And that's the approach that ESO takes. They're just like, hey, you're a necromancer, you want to wear plate? Go for it. And I'm like, no. Wait. If I'm a necromancer, I want to be confined to cloth and leather armor. I would like to be confined to staves, daggers, swords, maces. That's it. Yeah. And so, like, I just like my classes to be a little bit more defined for me. I'm not a big fan of the do whatever you want type of thing. When would I play a Tauren again? When they don't seem like they're swimming through molasses when they walk. When something about their speed or animations have changed so that they're not like swimming through molasses to walk, just so that they can move as slow as every other race moves. It's really jarring and like takes me out of the character when I watch a Tauren run. Daniel, you don't even know how you came across my channel? That's good. That's the algorithm working for me. And for you, maybe, depending on how much you've enjoyed your time here. This guy needs to let me get mana after this. He needs to let me get. I'm not getting as many spirit tap procs as I would like. Oh, we got 2 in a row though, so now I can't complain too much. Dustin, you found me during the pandemic. It helped it go better. That's awesome. That's kind of what I hoped for when people would find my content, especially the pre-recorded stuff. That's obviously, it has a much chiller vibe than the streams have. The streams don't always have the same kind of chill vibe, and I understand that. But with the pre-recorded stuff, it's all about just giving people like a relaxing time. Just helping people chill out, relax. Maybe you're just at work, maybe you're trying to get to sleep. So when I can help people with that stuff, I'm really happy. Red Robert, you found the live stream on the dashboard. That's rare. It's rare that it would push my live stream to people who weren't like already on the channel. It's the algorithm doing work. I don't know if they popped it open or what they did. They didn't talk about it. I saw some light leather came out of it, I think. Edward, hello. I didn't expect to do Wailing Caverns. Yep, Alex had been talking about how he had a successful run, and then like right around the time we were talking about that, somebody whispered me and asked me if I wanted to heal it. And so yeah, it turns out doing the swim from Westfall to Booty Bay is not really that dangerous. And I thought it was like full of danger, so I had never really attempted it before. It turns out you can do the swim pretty easily. This is the first time I've ever done Wailing Caverns as an Alliance character. Yeah, Clint, that's my problem too with my BG3 playthrough. Yeah, my thing is like, because I don't have a lot of like familiarity with the game, you'd think that my reaction would be to slow down, to read everything, to be very analytical. But because I don't have like a basis, a foundation for feeling relaxed with the game, my natural urge is to like feel anxious and rushed. And yeah, I'm finally getting over that now to where I'm starting to like sink into the game a little bit, and I feel like I can read a little bit more, see a little bit more of what's going on, and start to learn the game. But yeah, your problem with my playthrough is my problem with my playthrough. Yeah, not reading everything. Like, just stuff that if I had played in the early access for a while, I would be like super familiar with a lot of stuff. I would have felt comfortable with it. And yeah, it turns out when I'm not comfortable with things, I'm not very analytical, I'm very emotional, and I tend to kind of rush a bit. And so I'm trying to get over that with BG3 and get to a point where it feels comfortable, where it feels familiar. And I think we'll be there by the time I do a second playthrough. I think I'm going to finish the playthrough on the Vengeance Pally, now that he's properly a Vengeance Pally, and not an Oath of the Ancients Pally like I accidentally made him to be originally. I'm going to finish his playthrough, and like by the time I beat a whole playthrough, maybe by the time we're out of Act 1, I'll probably have enough familiarity to feel like I can take my time properly. Yeah. It's like... yeah, some of the nitty-gritty, like, I just need to read a little bit more. I need to check out the character abilities when I get them. Going back and doing things like reading the journal, I'm trying to read the journal updates now as we get them and kind of be a little bit more methodical, like, with the story and stuff, too. Yeah, Clint, when I made that Paladin originally on day one, I thought the subclass was going to be something we picked later, because I just wasn't looking at, like, the left side of my screen where all those options were. Like, I was just, like, blinded and focused, like, just hyper-focused on all the wrong parts of the game. Just out of a lack of familiarity with it. If I could go back and do it again, like, I didn't want to spoil anything for myself, so I avoided all of Early Access. But if I could go back and do it again, I probably would have played a couple weeks of the Early Access leading up to launch. And that would have been a much smoother launch for me, and I'd be much further along in my playthrough. And it would have been a more enjoyable watch as well. Right now, when you watch that playthrough, you're watching somebody who is not familiar with CRPGs and someone who's not familiar with D&D. You're watching a person like that struggle to figure out the game that they really, really like. So I'm kind of like a case study for people who don't play in that genre, but who like are super into the game. And that's what I tell myself now. I'm a case study for people who don't usually play that type of game, who are trying to really, really enjoy it. It's just been a slow learning process. Yeah, I didn't want to get burnt out of Act 1 in Early Access, so like I made the mistake of not playing at all. When I should have played, because there's a lot of variation even in the early game. So like I should have played, I should have put like 20 or 30 hours into the game. And then I would have been in a better spot to like have a successful series. But you know, it is what it is. The series is going to struggle, and it's going to continue, and I'm going to finish it. And then we'll probably turn around and we'll roll something else. and we'll make different choices. And by then I'll be super familiar with most of the systems and things like that. Sometimes I wish the game itself would do a better job of teaching new players. Like, you turn the tutorials on, but there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that, like, it's not telling you about, I think. That if you are someone who knows a lot about D&D, and it's like the reason why I'm struggling in BG3 is kind of the reason why, like, I never really had any successful D&D campaigns. Oh, do not get me killed here, tank. I'm gonna run off a little bit here because I'm not gonna die to this. Somebody might die to this, but it's not gonna be me because I didn't do this pull. Yes, yeah, Clint, it absolutely does, and I wish that it didn't do that. That being said, you could put it on story mode, and then not knowing anything that's going on probably won't matter, right? Like, I'm still playing on balanced. I don't want to have to play on story mode. But yeah, to be fair, like, someone completely unfamiliar who doesn't want to learn, like, they could probably play on story mode and they'd be fine. And that's what the developers would say. If you were to say, like, well, you know, the game's pretty punishing for people who don't come from D&D, they'd say, well, you can play on story mode. And then you can have a nice, pleasant experience. Oh, I don't want a nice, pleasant experience. I want to experience the video game, but I just need to learn a little bit more from the game itself, I think. Because, yeah, they're definitely assuming you've played hundreds of hours of D&D. And a lot of people who play RPG video games, like, we didn't play D&D. That was kind of why we played video games, because we didn't have friends to play D&D with. We didn't have a solid group of people to play D&D with every week. And that's a lot of the people I know from my childhood, like, we got into video games more so, like RPGs, because we couldn't play things like D&D. Like, we didn't have an awesome LARPing group. My favorite companion so far? It's really hard to say. Today I just met the tiefling lady. I already forgot her name. Starts with a K. Kavash. And she might be my favorite so far. Second to her, maybe Will or Shadowheart. I need to learn more about Will. Karlach. Yeah, Karlach's my favorite so far. She seems to drop a lot of F-bombs, which I like. I kind of worry about I kind of worry about if YouTube's gonna like the F-bombs that she drops. But they happen far enough into the episodes that it should be fine. But I like her a lot. I think I'm gonna like her a lot. She's like the opposite of what you expect when you hear about her. I'll try not to spoil anything. She turned out to be the opposite of what I expected, which was very refreshing. Are we just going into this pull? What is this? This guy he just goes right into this pull. Okay, this is a boss or something. I have half mana. It seems like it's going to be fine, but this guy's kind of reckless. Am I wrong? Is this tank being kind of reckless? Clint, I know the encounter that you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, the one I knocked the guy out on accident with the non-aggressive attack and didn't realize that I had done that. Strength, stamina, spirit. Okay. Why not? Sure. Strength, stamina, spirit. Okay. The tank seems to be rushing. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, he seems to be he's already rushed off. Oh god. Oof. Yeah, he's already rushed off. Did I play any of the Dragon Age games? I played a little bit of the first Dragon Age when it came out, and a little bit more recently than that. Yeah, I've played very little bits. I played 0 of Dragon Age 2, which I heard was bad. But I've played some Origins, and then I played a little bit of Inquisition. I just kind of missed the boat on him. Yeah, but he can't rush too much, because like he might try to make it shorter for himself, but what's going to happen instead is he's going to get himself killed. Because the moment this tank F's up, if he F's up really bad and it puts the group in danger, I'm going to run away. Because I'm not going to stay and die for his rushing, you know what I mean? So like, he's free to rush, but when he rushes, we're going this way, and we're leaving the dungeon. We're going to run out. So, yeah. So I hope for his sake he doesn't rush too much, because it will literally get him killed, and I will not feel bad. Yeah, they should remake Dragon Age Origins. If they remade Origins, that'd be awesome. Like, completely remake, remaster. Keep all the mechanics intact, obviously. But, like, just give it a nice new fresh coat of paint. Yeah, I feel like to have it run great and look great, you probably have to use a lot of mods. What are we missing like a whole area here? I feel like we're only doing half of the dungeon. If we're going back to this guy now to start the last event, didn't we miss a bunch of stuff? Can you hearth out of dungeons in hardcore? Yeah, I don't see why not. You can't bubble hearth. Yeah, like if you're a pally, you can't bubble hearth, but yeah, I could hearth out, and I probably would. Are we just going back for the buff? Is that what we're doing? Maybe we've just come back for the buff. Did I play Diablo 2? I played Diablo 2 Remaster. A little bit when that came out. Diablo is ultimately like kind of just too dark for me overall. Like all the aesthetics, the story, it's all dark. It's super dark fantasy. I like a little bit of dark fantasy. Like Warcraft 3 is like my good balance of like dark fantasy versus high fantasy. But Diablo kind of tips the scales. Tip the scale. I enjoyed Diablo 2 a lot more than what I saw of Diablo 4. I bounced off of Diablo 4 basically right away. Yeah, you guide that guy at the end. What I was saying is like we hadn't cleared everything yet, but yeah, I guess we were just going back for the buff right then, because yeah, we haven't cleared the rest of the run yet. So yeah, we wouldn't be escorting that guy now. That's what got me worried. I got me worried that somehow we were doing the escort like way prematurely. They don't get the ratio of dark fantasy to silly stuff, right? Mr. Jackpots, I feel like there should just be no silly stuff in Diablo. It doesn't seem like the right environment for it. Yeah, I kind of hated the main story after a certain point. I thought the story was going to be what carried me through a playthrough, but it turned out the story was bad and I didn't like it. So at that point, I didn't really have much to like hold on to once the story was kind of bad and I didn't like it. The Witcher, I don't count as like super dark fantasy though. It's high fantasy mixed with dark fantasy. That's like what WoW is. Diablo is just bleak, dark fantasy. There's nothing bright. There's no hills of green grass. You know, there's no lush verdant forest of anything. Like, it's just all black and gray and brown and gray and white and black and gray, and it gets very emotionally tiring. Which class did I play in ESO? The one that can equip the gear and the weapons. So, every class, any class. I played a little bit on a Templar, and I played a little bit on a Necromancer in ESO. And yeah, it's like, it doesn't matter because you can equip anything and wear anything, and... Right. Dark Souls games and Elden Ring is like, yeah, that's super dark fantasy that doesn't hit me the same way that Diablo 4 did. It's a little bit more like the world is a little bit more fleshed out than just like a dark place in hell. So yeah, I like Dark Souls and I like Elden Ring because I do feel like they're a bit more rounded in their level design and in their backgrounds and art, and I feel like Diablo 4 was just like everything was the exact same. And you were never going to remember one little dungeon from another little dungeon. They were all the same. And I didn't like that. Yeah, dude, just go in. I don't have mana, but it's fine. Just pull. Who cares? Mike 175. Yeah, it's because Wailing Caverns is in the title. Yeah, that's why. The highest we've ever got to in chat was we did 205 one day, like a week ago. But I think overall people's interest in hardcore, both like playing it and watching it, is kind of waning. especially leading up to like the new servers coming out. I think that's a lot of what it is too. But I mean, I'm super happy to have everybody here. It's kind of incredible to me that, you know, we haven't been streaming for very long, but then there are days like today when we get close to 200 people in the chat. I appreciate you guys all being here. It was last Tuesday, yeah. Yep, that was a good day. It won't have the same kind of longevity that we saw on Bloodsail Buccaneers and Hydraxian Waterlords. And the reason I say that is because Blizzard is going to be doing like very specific things that are going to end up killing it. Like, we're going to have hardcore at the end of August, but a lot of people don't remember that when they announced official hardcore, they also announced a second season of Classic Era at the end of the year. So by the end of the year, you're going to have Season of Mastery 2, or whatever they choose to call it. And they want that to pull people away from hardcore at that point, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if September, October, November, December, hardcore runs its course, kind of peters out, and then we get a new season of Classic Era, and we'll see if people are interested in that. The SOM servers are listed, but you can't log into them and make a character. They're up for the time being so that people can transfer their characters off, from what I understand. I recently transferred my Season of Mastery Warrior over to my server, Pagel, in Wrath of the Lich King. So she got to go from being a benched character in Season of Mastery sitting at level 60 to going over to the Pagel server, where, you know, conceivably I could level her up through content. That's the season of seasonality. I like that. Yeah, the season of seasonality where Blizzard doesn't understand seasons, so they run a year-long season that is technically over for most players 3 months in. People are like, I always say like, oh yeah, 6-month seasons, and people are like, oh, 6 months, it's too short for a season of Classic. I can never level a character to 60 in 6 months. That's not enough time. Except that when we had a year of time, everybody stopped playing after 3 months. So get it straight. You either need a whole year to do it, or you don't. But people will tell me to my face that 6 months for a season of Classic isn't enough time. With a 40% experience, but I'm like, then why did everybody hit 60 in 3 months in Season of Mastery and then nobody played anymore? Like, why did that happen if nobody has the time to get the 60? Yeah, they need to learn how to do seasons, firstly, which is where, like, you have a season, and then you have a little break, and then you have another season, and then you have a little break. Instead, they're like, we'll do a year-long season, and then we'll wait a whole year of no seasons before we even talk about a second season, and then 6 months later than that, so a year and a half later, we'll have a second season. That's not how you do seasonal content. So... if that's how they approach seasonal content for Classic Era, then Classic Era will probably diminish over time. Because the only way to keep Classic Era alive is to have good seasons. And, like, a good flow to the seasons. You can't take a year and a half off of doing seasons and call it seasonal content, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, no. Why is this guy going down? Don't die, Warlock. Come on, tank. You're not doing your job. The semester of mastery. Yeah. It needs to be like, you know, a season is 4 months long. And, you know, there are 4 months in a season. There are 4 seasons in a year. Like, I don't know if Blizzard went to elementary school or, like, they didn't learn any of this stuff about how time passes. But a year of Classic WoW is not a season. And if that's all they got, if all they got is like a year of an experience buff that gets bigger and bigger over time, if that's all they got for classic seasonal content, then it's not going to last, and people aren't going to want it. Yeah, people won't want it. So they need to figure out how to do like really compelling seasonal content. But listen to this. They can't even figure out how to do seasonal content in Diablo. They can't even do compelling seasonal content in Diablo 4. So what are the chances that they're going to do compelling seasonal content for Classic Era WoW? A game that brings them exactly $0. Classic WoW brings them exactly $0.00. So, like, the concept that they're going to knock it out of the park is pretty hard to believe, you know? Yeah, Diablo is failing, and it just came out. This dumbass, he's going to have to wait for mana at some point. I'm going to say something. Might want to keep an eye on it if you want to live. There you go. That's your last warning, buddy. This is the last warning he's going to get. And if he keeps running off like this and I don't have a chance to drink, he's probably going to end up dead. Diablo 4 will be great in 2 years. It's like how each WoW expansion wasn't good until the final patch of the expansion. Yeah, I think people are pretty sick of that. I think people are pretty sick of it, you know? What's in the chest? I want to see what's in the chest, because I don't get it. They're just passing on it. I'll take it. What is it? Intellect Spirit. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Individual people are having fun with it, but overall the game is failing because of bad seasonal design. People are not happy with Diablo 4 right now. They're actually hiring like a new lead seasonal content designer. The game is in such a bad spot they actually have to hire for the role because the season is just like not what it should or could be, and nobody likes it. Yeah, what did we get? We got the cape. I don't know. I can't look at the gear or anything because I just have to follow this guy. He's gonna end up getting himself and somebody else killed if I don't. Oh yeah, no one wants to watch anybody play it either. Yeah, that's exactly true about D4. It's like nobody wants to watch people play it. People who are super into the season are seeing the problems with the season, the problems with itemization. Yeah. Red Robin, you miss Uther? Yeah, it's too bad in Shadowlands they turn Uther into a sad blue angel man. Because, like, we're never gonna get to see Uther again. Yeah, Uther was one of my favorite characters. And so the Shadowlands did him wrong. And that was when I stopped caring about any of the story or lore in World of Warcraft. Which I think was true of a lot of people during Shadowlands. Like, people just kind of gave up on it. The PoE 2 trailer didn't help at all. Was the PoE 2 trailer extremely good? Yeah, I mean, if you want to know how to do good seasons, I think you have to look. I think you have to look at PoE, because they obviously know how to do seasons. Because if they didn't know how to do seasonal content, the game wouldn't be around anymore. But the game is still hugely popular. Yeah, seasons being interesting implies that there's going to be stuff to do. If there's not like cool new stuff to do, then the season is going to be lame ultimately. Because then all you're doing is you're having a fresh start at that point. Yeah, the Warlock needs to stop getting himself so low with that. That's true. Like, the Warlock gets a renew. Like, you get a renew, you can life tap yourself through that, but that's about all I'm gonna give you. We're in combat with something. I don't know what. If the warrior's not watching my mana and doesn't care about my mana, there's a very slim chance that he cares about the mana or HP of anybody else in the group. Oh, the rogue just said now he'd been waiting for 10 hours now. He says 10 hours of waiting on Wailing Caverns. And you dropped me this. You dropped me this, Wailing Cavern. How dare you not respect the time that I sat here doing absolutely nothing and eating Cheetos and drinking Mountain Dew. And now, after 10 hours of eating Cheetos and drinking Mountain Dew, you drop me this. How dare you? How dare you, Wailing Caverns? Okay, buddy. Yeah, it was 8 hours. Now it's 10 hours. Okay, got it. If you eat Cheetos with chopsticks, you keep your fingers clean. Hey, static display, that's a good tip, man. Yeah, that's a really good tip. You should contact Cheetos and see, like, maybe they would, like, bundle, like, bags of Cheetos with chopsticks. That'd be cool. Yeah, like, firstly, though, you don't wait 10 hours to do a dungeon. Secondly, you don't do any dungeon in World of Warcraft expecting gear to drop. Because if you're expecting gear to drop for you in a dungeon in World of Warcraft, you're going to be disappointed. I think we all know that. So especially to say that you've been waiting 10 hours and then you're going to be surprised when the loot is bad? It's classic era WoW. The loot's going to be bad. You're not going to get your drops. You know, that's why in the normal mode of the game, you could run the dungeon over and over and over and over again, because you're not going to get your drops the first time. It just is very, very unlikely. I don't know. As someone who's never really complained about loot or the lack thereof, sometimes I don't get it. If at the end of the day all I cared about was getting loot, I wouldn't do the run. Because ultimately, like, I know as a longtime player that I'm not going to get the loot I want by doing the run one time. So if all I wanted was gear, I just wouldn't do it. Yeah, I mean, I feel like your motivation can be loot in, like, a normal mode of the game. So, like, if your motivation is the loot, don't play hardcore. Like, don't play hardcore if your biggest motivation is the loot, because you're gonna be so sad all the time. Oh, hey, nice, 22. Well, now we have level 20 probably, and level 22 to train. Talent point, we are gonna keep going into Shadow Focus. Thanks, guys. This tank, man. Come on, buddy. My favorite class in retail? I will answer that question once I've leveled all the classes to max, which I'm gonna do before the next X-Spec drops. So far, we've got a Shaman and we've got a Warlock. Out of Shaman and Warlock, Warlock. But yeah, I won't know until I've leveled all of them, which we're gonna do. We are gonna get everything to 70. That way, whenever 11.0 comes out, I'll be able to take whatever I want into the expansion. I want to try a melee next, so we did the Warlock. I think I'm gonna do. I was gonna do Balanced Druid, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna alternate melee caster. So I think I'm gonna do either Demon Hunter or like Unholy Death Knight next. I think I might do Death Knight. I can't play a Death Knight in Classic Wrath because like I don't understand how the runes work in Classic, but I'm pretty sure the rune mechanic is very, very simplified in retail, and that I'll be fine. So yeah, I might do an Unholy DK. Yeah, you know, in the cat butts look better in retail, but I still don't really want to stare at the cat butt all day. I want to look at my character. So yeah, I'm gonna save Druid for when I'm ready to do another caster. So I think we'll do Demon Hunter, and then after that we'll do Balanced Druid. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do a Balanced Druid. I just think that like I don't want to turn around and do like another caster right away. I kind of like to keep it varied up. Alright, it's hardcore jumping time. It's hardcore jumping time. Dude missed. Tank missed right away. Right away. First one to jump, first one to miss. Tank missed. Oh my god. So where does he go now? Can he just run back around, or do we have to go save him? Like, what happens? I'm assuming he can just run back around. It looks like he's fine. Yeah. Great, great, great. Come on, guys. Yeah, too much rushing. Now what's he doing? This guy's kind of getting on my nerves. Oh, I fell. Let's go this way now, since I fell. Oh no, let's not go this way. Like, what are we doing? Are we doing it? Are we not doing it? He's like, no, look, I meant to fall in the hole, because look, we forgot a guy over here. We forgot one guy. I meant to fall in the hole, yeah. Yeah, now we're going this way? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, the tank, I think the tank's getting tired, and I think the tank has some kind of like real life time frame that he's working with. Like, he probably has to like be done working, be done playing at some point, you know, maybe before his wife gets off work or something like that. I'm not really sure what's going on, but it's like, it's pretty clear that like there's some level of rushing going on for some reason. And that's not really what you want to do in a hardcore run, and that's not what anybody likes to see. Oh, he's complaining about his bag space too, so I'm sure that'll make him even more anxious. He has to finish before his 8 p.m. bedtime. Yes. It could be. That could be the case. Absolutely. I'm not sure what it is at this point. And it's like, Wailing Caverns is not a short run. In Vanilla era, Wailing Caverns is not short. You have to devote some time to it. He can't be bothered to wait. He can't be bothered to wait. Scrap of 12, thanks man. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. It's been an okay run so far, despite the fact that the tanks rushed quite a bit. The funny thing is this. He probably thinks he's going slow. He probably thinks he's going really, really slow. That's probably his, like, viewpoint, is that he's doing fine. How many bosses are down? The bosses are so unremarkable here, Ashley, that I'm not sure. We've gotten a lot of them down, though. But yeah, it's hard for me to count because they all drop trash loot. The tank has been pulling so quickly that I often don't know we're fighting a boss until I find the guy's name in the pack. And so yeah, it's I don't know how many we've killed. A lot of them. I think we have what, like 2 bosses left, counting like the last scenario boss. Yeah, this tank definitely is Mythic Plus. Yep. And that's why I say he thinks he's going really, really slow. You know. They don't even notice, like, we don't have buffs. I'd love to buff everybody, but listen guys, if I buff everybody, I'm gonna be out of mana. And then the tank is going to keep pulling stuff. Like, I'm sure he'd love to have, like, you know, some more HP. Let's see if he gives me a second to drink here. He's thinking, no, he thought about it. He's still thinking about it. He's like, well, the healer just buffed us. He's got no mana, but let's go in on this pull. Out of range of my healer. Cool. I'm going to sit here until I'm full of mana. Then I'll get up and see where we're at. Yeah, he's lucky that he's durable. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm making it sound worse than it is, I'm sure. It's not too bad. When you have a tank that wants to rush and you're playing hardcore, it's always going to be more stressful. We've cleared everything fine. It's just that he's in some kind of rush. There's some kind of pressure on his time that's causing him to play, like, probably a little bit more erratically than he might otherwise. Which is kind of what happens in Classic Era, because it takes so long to find a group, it takes so long to travel, and people don't always account for all of that stuff when they're giving themselves time to play. They're like, I got 2 hours, and it's like, okay, well 2 hours is not enough time to do a Wailing Caverns run if you have to spend 30 minutes traveling to the instance, etc. It's not enough time. There he goes. Everybody in the group is back with me, except the tank and the warlocks up there. And keep in mind, I've given him his one verbal warning. I've told him that he needs to think about waiting for me to drink sometimes. Otherwise, you know, he could die. So I've given him the verbal warning. If he gets himself killed, oh well. If he gets himself killed, I will make sure everybody else lives. We will down the rest of the enemies, and we'll be done. Yeah, if you're healing well, the tank, sometimes they can go balls to the walls. Yes, that might be the problem, is that he probably feels like he's in an okay spot with me healing him. And he is, but... but, he could still get himself killed. Pretty easily. Now we're gonna have inventory problems. Mm-hmm. We have none of the quests tactical. We have 3 quests and none of them are any good, and we're probably not going to finish any of the quests. Yeah, we have the kill quests, Trouble at the Docks, and Deviate Hides. That's it. Yep, those are the 3 we got. We're gonna maybe finish the kill quest if we're super lucky. We got the port as well, but we're not gonna finish Deviate Hides. We have an okay staff from Dead Mines. Like that's gonna be okay for a bit. Yeah, you can, but they still have a really crappy drop rate. And to be completely honest, like, yeah, like, we may or may not do that. Opaque Wand, absolute garbage. Yeah, we got the staff from the end of the Dead Mines run. Staff of Westfall. Yeah, Red Robin, you're not wrong. You do want to use Power Word Shield less on warriors, and on a warrior who I thought was tanking the right way for hardcore, I might consider not Power Word Shielding him. But literally the only thing that's keeping him going right now is the fact that I'm keeping shield up on him. If he were pulling at what I consider to be a normal rate, I would consciously try to shield him less so that he could get more rage, but I'm done trying to do anything for him to do him a favor. I'm not going to try to make his life easier when, like, oftentimes, like, he's not doing that for anybody else, so I really don't care. If it was a decent warrior tank who was not rushing through things, I would not be power word shielding him on cooldown. But for this guy, he can deal with having no rage. I don't care. I'm not going to work harder so that he can continue to play stupider. Because in order to not power word shield him all the time, I need mana to heal him. The tank is not that he's bad, it's that he's rushing through stuff. He's rushing from pull to pull, he's going really fast, he's not watching our mana. He's not watching anybody's health or mana, I don't think. Probably not even his own. Oh good, a bow that nobody here is gonna use, so the warrior will oh no, we have a hunter. Oh damn. If this guy takes this, I'm not, listen. If the warrior takes this, you guys can't see chat, hold on. Here we go. The warrior said, oh crap, I need that too. If he takes this, I'm gonna let him die. He passed on it, he's lucky. Yeah, because I was gonna let him die if he took that. If he took it over a hunter, he'd be dead. Yeah, absolutely. He would die on the next pull. He got really lucky just now. Yeah. He got really... Because he said, I need that. Yeah, go ahead and eat on it. See what happens. Yeah, the last thing a tank will want to do with me healing is that they don't want to roll on something that's not for them. Because if they blatantly roll on something that's not for them, I will let them die. Yep. That the item won't... They won't be using the item for long. Let's say that. They pull the Voidwalker out here. He has throw, yeah. He is using throwing weapons, absolutely. Alright, eventually we'll pull the boss. Eventually here. Let's see. You still, everybody, he wants a buff, you still have a buff. Everybody has buffs. We're all fine on buffs. Now make sure to run off before I drink. There, now you're all rebuffed. Yeah, please pull now when I'm at half mana. It's perfect. Alright, any minute now. Alright, we're doing the Voidwalker first. I'm not healing the Voidwalker, so... There we go. Intellect and spirit. He says, and a good shield. Is it a good shield for a warrior? Is it a good shield for a warrior? Intellect and spirit. Intellect and spirit. That's a great, it's a great warrior shield. Absolutely. Is that it? Is that the run? Are we done? Yeah, I mean, it could be for a shaman, it could be for a holy pally, but it's not a good, it's not a good shield for a warrior tank. Nah. There's more? Okay. That's unfortunate, but fine, I'll play. I was kind of hoping that was the last one. It could be shaman, it could be pally. Yeah, but it's not. I guess on the horde side, thinking about mainly horde people do this, it's a shami shield, but it's not a war. That's right, we have to do the escort part. It's not a warrior shield. The dude's gonna equip it, I'm sure. So, at least I would, since he rolled on it, I would hope that he would equip it. Tactical. Like 10 or 15 years ago I might have. 10 or 15 years ago, if I saw a tank that was kind of stupid, and they weren't playing well, and they were risking everybody's lives, and then they went to roll on an item that they thought was good that they didn't actually need, I might have 10 or 15 years ago, yeah. In this day and age, I'll let him have it, he can equip it, and he can be the idiot with a spirit shield on, if he wants to. But yeah, there was probably a point in my life when I might have just taken it from him, because I know that it's not good for him. And part of him wanted a hunter bow. So yeah, but not these days. Nah. It's not worth the karma. Was his other shield worse? I mean, I don't know. It could have had less armor on it, I guess. You know? But realistically, you just don't want a shield. Saying that a blue item with the complete wrong stats is good for you is not correct. It can be an upgrade in a way, but it's not good for you. I would have loved to get the buff again, but we've apparently started the event, so. Yeah, we don't know what he had now. Yeah, the druid had a buff. We would have all got it again, but instead what happened is we ran up. The warrior got the buff, and then he started the event. So yeah, I don't think all of us got buffed. Not buffed, not buffed, not buffed, not buffed. So the warrior got the buff. And then he immediately started the event or something. Yeah, we've came back for the buff once before. We all got it, but it ran out. And this time around, we just weren't able to get it. Yeah, in my mind, it's like either stupid or a kid. Stupid or a kid. Stupid or a kid. Yeah. It could be one or the other. He could be both, yeah. It could be column A and column B. Yeah, absolutely. Hashtag best tank ever. I think he's a Mythic Plus tank. I think he's like a 14-year-old Mythic Plus tank. If I had to guess. He's like somewhere in his teenage years. And he's probably a Mythic Plus tank. A kid and stupid, yeah. The sign of someone who's anxious to get off of the game is someone who like can't stop bouncing. That's someone who's anxious to like to be done. Like, okay, yes, we're going, we're bouncing, we're gonna be done. So yeah, some kind of time constraint. Joe, this didn't drop anything for me. Hey, that's not surprising, man. Nothing dropped that I got out of the Deadmines run either. Well, a really good priest shirt dropped. It was like 11 spirit, 5 stamina tunic, and I thought, oh cool, this is for me, a priest. And the other mage we had in the group took it, because mages need 11 spirit and 5 stam, right? And so yeah, I didn't get anything out of the Deadmines run either, except for like out of the last quest I got the staff. So I don't expect to get loot when I do 5-mans in hardcore, because the chance of getting the loot you want doing a single run is like very low percent. Usually you do a run a couple times, and by doing it a couple times eventually you get some of the pieces you need. That's kind of the point of how the dungeons are designed. So when you're sticking to a rule that says you're only allowed to do them once, you basically have to assume that you're never going to get any loot, and you have to be okay with that. Oh, maybe I was muted for that rant. Good, I'm glad. I'll take it. Too many rants today, I don't mind being muted for one of them. When I use Power Word Shield, does he get rage? No, not from getting hit he doesn't. He gets rage from his attacks. And if he had set a good precedent of like waiting for mana and stuff like that early on, I would let him take some hits. But when I have a tank that simply wants to run off and run off and run off, I can't let him take any hits. I have to keep Power Word Shield up on him. So, yeah. Next up, BFD or SFK? I think SFK would be next. The 24-hour timer does work because, yeah, the dungeons were just never designed to give you the loot you need by doing them one time. It's a stupid rule. We're not going to do SFK today. No, no, no. We need to be a little bit higher for SFK. The last piece of gear that drops, like the robes, I think somebody told me you had to be level 24 to equip the robes of Erigel. So yeah, we'll do SFK when I can equip the gear out of it, which won't be till level 24 or 25. So probably a couple of days. Yeah. Probably not tomorrow, but probably the day after tomorrow we'll be trying to do SFK. BFD has an amazing wand. That would be cool. It's horde only? It better not be horde only. I'm getting sick of this horde only stuff. This dude is immune to Shadow Word Pain. That's interesting. Why is he immune to Shadow Word Pain? I don't understand. Murlocs are immune to pain. Oh. These are probably the most worthless shoulders I've ever seen, but I'm going to roll on them anyway because we don't have any shoulders. Who else is rolling on them? Looks like the Warlock's rolling on them. Yeah, worthless shoulders, but it would be something. The Warrior says he's going to need on those. I'm going to say ... you would. Or I'm going to need on those. You would. What a loser. Oh, what an effing loser. Ah, man. Alright, I'm gonna block this guy so I never have to encounter him again. Ignore player. Boom. Inventory full. Boom, I got it. Yeah, I don't think we won the roll anyway, but yeah. We're good. Oh no, we did win him. Did we get him? Oh yeah, we got him. He rolled on him, by the way. Yeah, like he absolutely rolled on them. What a loser. All right, we are done with this one. We probably should run out, you know, and maybe we could turn these in. But yeah, we'll run out. What happened with them? Oh, the warrior. A piece of cloth dropped. Some cloth shoulders dropped off this last boss, and they're garbage shoulders anyway. And he goes, "I'm gonna roll on it," just like he rolled on the hunter bow that dropped. Is, you know, he thought it's okay just to roll on whatever he wants, after running off and not being conscious of the group's mana or HP most of the time. So yeah, not a person that I ever want to encounter in the game again. So I have blocked him. He said, "You don't like me much, do you?" Other people commented too. They're like, "Oh shit, he actually needed them." Yeah, he actually said he wasn't joking. Just like he wasn't joking with the weapon from the hunter. He absolutely needed on him. And yeah, what a loser. Yep. One person we will never have to see again. Let's see. We've got elites here, so that's a real thing. I'm probably gonna have to hearth out of here, guys. Yeah, like we're not gonna be escorting each other out. This dude's gone, and we'll get the quest turned in eventually. I have the flight point to Booty Bay, so there's that. I'm out. I'm done. I'm getting out while the getting out is good, basically. Yeah. Oh man, we're done. I'm done. We'll eventually hit up Ratchet to get the stuff turned in. I'm not gonna farm up the Deviate Hide stuff. So yeah, we'll turn these in eventually. I don't think we're really like hot to get any rewards out of them. The Sizzle Stick, yeah, no. So yeah, I'm gonna put myself on a flight point for Stormwind actually. But hey, we got some shoulders. That's cool. It looks cool. We got this green robe that's also garbage, but it has a lot of spirit on it, so that's good for us. Any dungeon survived is a good dungeon run. Yeah, it's good though to like see that guy, meet him now, and like ignore him now, so that he doesn't end up taking something like a lot harder for us. That might be like more difficult to survive. Especially somebody who's gonna roll on hunter weapons over a hunter and cloth stuff over clothies. Like, I don't need to ever see someone like that again in my life. So there's that. Anyway, guys, that was fun. You know, despite the tank, I had a good time. I'm glad we were able to do that. I've never done Wailing Caverns on the Alliance side before. Super exciting. But yeah, I'm going to stop here for today. Thank you guys for being here and for hanging out for so long. We've been at it for 3.5 hours. It's been a good time. I really appreciate your guys' support and you guys being here. And we'll be back around the same time tomorrow. I think the day after tomorrow we'll try to do SFK. Tomorrow we'll just be doing some questing and trying to get our level up. So yeah, thank you guys very much. As always, take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. And we will see you back in Azeroth again very soon. Bye for now.